We're gonna kick off today's video doing some shoulder exercises. This can be utilized as a warm-up or as part of your workout, depending on where you are fitness level wise. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna wrap a band around an anchor point. I'm just gonna use my rig here. We're gonna focus on the upper body pull. So I'm gonna imagine squishing my shoulder blades together. As I pull back on the band, we're gonna keep the palms facing down and one thing of driving my elbows past my shoulder. This is a red band from Rogue Fitness. If you guys need bands, there's a link below to check them out. This is about probably 1/4 of an inch. So you want something that's gonna have enough resistance, but not gonna be too much where you're not able to get the full range of motion. So we're gonna start by, some people also call these face pulls. So you're gonna face the anchor point, hands out in front and be slightly above your head. You're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades back, pull the band to you. If it's not enough resistance, you can take a step further back. We're gonna perform 15 reps. Another option is to set a timer and do 30 seconds, which I might do here in a second. I'll finish these first and then we'll get to second series. So option here, again, 10 to 15 repetitions. I'm gonna try to keep my hands at an angle, meaning my hands are gonna be slightly inside my shoulders versus out in front. And I'm just gonna naturally pull that band to my rib or my collarbone, throat area. And I'm trying to focus on driving my elbows back, behind, or in line with my shoulders, squishing my shoulder blades together. So 10 to 15 repetitions, nice and easy. If 10 to 15 reps is too much, you can always scale back to 8 to 10 reps. So that's about 30 or the time frame right there. Again, option is to use a timer or a watch and just I want to start a running clock just so I have an idea. Morning. So next exercise, we're going to take this band, we're going to keep that band there. I'm going to do the other exercise for the shoulders so you guys can see. Ideally, for myself right now, I'm going to keep that there so it's set up. So the next exercise, we're going to stand on the band, but again, you'll probably have the same band. This is a red band as well. Entropy's hairs everywhere. I'm gonna put one foot through the band, pull the band slightly, slide my other foot in, press it out. So I wanna have most of the tension or most of the band up here, a little bit of tension down there. Two exercises we're gonna do. The first one is going to be a straight arm pass through. So my hands are gonna stay by my thighs. I'm gonna lift my arms up and over, creating an overhead position, almost like a starfish here, and then I'm gonna slowly come back down to the thighs. So if you think of a PVC pass-through, where you go from the thigh to overhead to the back, right, that is a great exercise to do, but today we're focusing just on this overhead straight arm press, or straight arm raise, excuse me. We're gonna perform same thing, 10 to 15 repetitions, nice and slow. This is more of a challenging exercise. So if at any point this is too much, you can always step out that one foot and again, perform the same exercise. It will be a little off center because you are 1 foot, but I would recommend if you do that, do 5 on one arm, or 5 with the band on one leg, 5 on the other leg. So the focus here is to warm the shoulders up, a little bit of core as well. I have my June challenge. If you guys want to check it out, it is a core challenge for this month. It is a fun little like 2-minute workout for your core. You can check out the video I have that I most recently uploaded yesterday, Sunday. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know. So 10 to 15 repetitions, don't be afraid to modify if need be. Next exercise, I'm gonna readjust. I'm then gonna pull that band again, that 1 foot, step through. Hopefully you guys can see this angle. I'm then going to bring the band into that front rack position. I'm gonna press the arms overhead, finishing the lockout. 10 to 15 repetitions here, adjust the band if need be. But you wanna imagine if you're holding a barbell with the elbow slightly in front of the band versus being down like so. So we wanna think of that front rack position where the band's kind of resting on the collarbone, shoulders, chest. 10 to 15 repetitions is the standard that I'm using right now. Again, nothing wrong with modifying, go to 8 to 10 reps if need be. We're going to perform 2 rounds of this. This is a part of my shoulder warm-up that we're gonna be utilizing today. I lost count. If you guys are following along and doing this together, just stay with me. All right, so that was the third exercise. So today's series, 3 different movements for 2 rounds. We'll go back to the beginning. Ideally, if you just have one band, you'll just have to take it off the band, but because I have 2 bands, I'm just make it set up just for easeability, if that's even a word. So I'm gonna face my anchor point again, have enough resistance, squish the shoulder blades, and then release. Squish, and then release. Makes me think of Scary Movie 2, where it's like, you squeeze really tight, and then you let loose. Squeeze really tight, and then you let loose. Okay, that is from Scary Movie 2, one of my favorite movies I was talking about the other day. If at any point it feels like it's too much, shake it out a little bit. You may feel this a little bit in the traps. Again, we really want to think of shoulders back and down and then squish the shoulder blades together. Imagining if you had something between your shoulder blades, like right in the center of the spine, and you want to pinch that together. And at the same time while I'm doing all this, I'm really sinking and kind of engaging the core, so making sure my abs are turned on. When I say turned on, meaning if I tapped my abs or someone's gonna punch me, that they're engaged, versus being kind of like loose and like pushed out like that, even though I'm pushing it out right there. I think that was about 12 to 13 reps. Perfect, that was one exercise. Second one. So it's gonna be great. So if you do any overhead pressing, or if you're doing a shoulder or chest or even back workout, this would be a great little warm up you can incorporate. If you're new to working out and getting back into the routine of going to the gym or going to the gym period, you could always utilize this as part of like a circuit for your training. Nothing is wrong, everyone's a little different. I've been training for many years, a decade. So everyone's at their own fitness level, everyone's at their own point in their journey. You're going to meet you where you need to be met. Meaning, if you're not somewhere, if you're not where you want to be, that is okay. That doesn't mean you can't get there. If this is a workout for you, that's okay, right? Eventually get to the point where maybe it feels like a warm-up. But the focus is taking one day at a time, enjoying the process, and knowing that all the reps and time that you're putting in will get you there. Remember, you can modify at any point to 8 to 10 reps. Good idea here as a press, squeeze the butt, quads, and abs. Makes it a little bit easier for a concrete foundation. Concrete foundation meaning your lower body. I think it was 3. Whew. Spice a little break for a second. I'm gonna do 12, 15 here. That was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. So we did 2 rounds of that. Again, if you're looking to do an upper body workout and you need some ideas for a warm up for your shoulders, or if you're just gonna kind of take a day, an active day in the gym, and you want to just move, but you don't necessarily want to lift weights like dumbbells and kettlebells, bands are a great way to incorporate that into your routine. So those are some shoulder exercises that we're gonna use. Actually, we're gonna keep one out. This is going to be, the next one is going to be for our hips. So this will be a day in the gym. We're gonna change up some exercises here. I'm just gonna move around equipment. All right, so we're actually gonna do my hip and spine drill, and then we're gonna do a hip glute exercise. So if you struggle with tight hips, or you struggle with a little bit of balance, then this will be a great exercise to incorporate. I've added this into the training for my clients. It's one I haven't done in a while for myself, so we're gonna do that today. So we're gonna start with this one, and then we'll move to the hip and spine. So I'm gonna thread my leg through. Band is gonna be anywhere from above the knee to, I'd say maybe mid-thigh, depending on where you want. I prefer a little bit lower to that thigh so it doesn't roll too much. I'm going to take a lunge with my back leg, so my left leg. I'm gonna take a lunge down. Then I'm going to step up out of that lunge, bring my leg up and around, hold for a second, and then come back down. While I'm doing this, I'm trying to make sure that my band isn't pulling my knee in. So I should feel a bit of tension on the outside of that hip. If you don't feel this enough, then you can take a step out, right? Stepping further away from your anchor point will give you more resistance, but also will require a little more strength of that hip and glute. Again, try to count and talk at the same time, it's difficult. So this is a great exercise for the hip and glute. I've noticed that it helps stabilize the glute muscle here on my leg. I can't talk. Then it also allows me to work my hip flexor strength and warm up my hips on my opposite leg. So kind of a 2-for-1 in terms of the exercises we're doing. That might have been 6. If you guys find this content educational, entertaining, fun, helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with others. My goal is to help reach as many people as possible through my page here, but also on other platforms, and hopefully inspire people to get to the gym or get back to the gym. All right, 8 to 10 reps on that one leg, then we're gonna switch. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of the back angle. Not ideal, but I'll show you guys. So same thing, I'm creating tension here. You're gonna wanna watch like my knee. We wanna make sure it doesn't fall in too much. So as I take that step out and back behind me, lunge up into that high knee position. As I'm stepping through, lifting up, I'm noticing personally right now when I'm doing it myself, I have a little more stability on my left hip, glute, leg here. And it's also easier on my right leg to get up and over. I do notice that like it's a little harder to get my knee and my hip up and around in this position, if that makes sense. Sorry for the heavy breathing. Again, trying to talk and discuss and share as I move and work out is tough. That was, I think, definitely 8. We'll do one more just in case. So for those that are tuning in, the focus here, making sure that knee doesn't fall in too much. If it is, get closer to your anchor point. So take a step closer so you're not having so much pull. The focus is to maintain that knee over the middle of the foot as you lunge back and up into that high knee.